and murderous European red fox. How in the world did it get to Australia?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
And today we're together. We're Backyard Musings, Apple Valley, California.
Yeah. We're just doing it a little different this morning. I got family in town. Steve needs new tires. We're talking about
We're limping along.
Yeah, murderous fox. So
yeah,
anyway.
We're talking about a murderous fox. So, and we'll explain how it got there. A European red fox has been on a killing spree in the Melbourne Zoo, attacking long-nosed potoroos and brushtail possums after breaking tall brick walls topped with barbed wire. The invasive predator was deliberately introduced into Australia in the mid-1800s by settlers keen to continue the sport of fox hunting. But the red fox rapidly established itself in the wild, and the government says the animal has since played a major role in the decline of native species, including ground-nesting birds, small mammals such as the greater bilby, and reptiles such as green turtles. Would you like to know more?
We got to watch out for those greater bilbies. That's, but yeah, you'd think that maybe the fox hunting has kind of tapered off. Maybe that's not.
I think it tapered off. Yeah.
Maybe it's not an in thing anymore. So.
Right.
Okay, the latest attack, a decade after a fox mauled 14 penguins to death at the same zoo.
That's a killing spree.
Yeah. Illustrates, the penguins are pretty defenseless, right?
I know, and they're cute too. Defenseless and cute.
Yeah. Illustrates that it's not just wild animals at risk from the wily European predator. Melbourne Zoo said 3 long-nosed potoroos, a species deemed vulnerable to extinction, were killed after a red fox broke into the facility. The predator, who also stalked wild, free-roaming animals in the zoo's grounds, including bushtail possums. It's just terrible. Possum, what do? They invade your yard. That's about all.
That's all. They don't do anything to you.
Yeah. The zoo said that the incident had taken place several weeks ago, and it remains unclear how the fox managed to break in. Sounds like it might have been an inside job.
A spokesman said, quote, additional monitoring and security measures have been implemented, as have regular, ongoing risk assessments by a pest specialist. This is proving effective with no further evidence of incursion by foxes. The zoo did not clarify how the fox was caught, but said it was humanely dealt with by contractors. The newspaper that reported this contacted the facility, and that's what they said.
It's not just Australian zoos that have to contend with fox attacks. In 2022, the world's oldest known rockhopper penguin, known as Mrs. Wolowitz, met a grisly end when a fox broke into her enclosure at Edinburgh Zoo. That's in Scotland, right?
Yeah.
She was 35. Man, that's pretty old for a penguin, having lived to double her life expectancy. The same year, 25 flamingos were killed and 3 injured after a wild fox chewed through a fence to infiltrate their outdoor pen at Smithsonian's National Zoo in Washington, D.C. I don't ever remember hearing about that. It was the worst attack at the zoo in 2 decades.
Wow.
Yeah. That's sad.
So the going into a little background here, the presence of the European red fox has had devastating effects on native wildlife in Australia. Foxes are opportunistic predators, preying on small to medium-sized mammals. That's even here, too. Birds and reptiles. They are responsible for the decline of numerous native species, threatening 14 bird. This is in Australia. 14 bird species, 48 mammal species, and 12 reptile species. It is estimated that foxes kill around 300 million native animals annually in Australia. Hey, these squirrels got to get a nut, right? Their predation has contributed to the extinction of several native species, making them one of the most damaging invasive species in the country.
Okay, so we're going to talk about control measures, right?
Yep.
Have you ever seen those YouTube videos where they have night vision and these guys are going out into these fields hunting the wild boars that are, tearing up guys' fields and stuff? Agricultural fields?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, I think they should do the same thing with these foxes, man.
I've
Just
seen them where they've set up cameras to see what raccoons are doing and for nocturnal activity.
yeah, well, they go out and they kill these boars, these javelina or pigs or
Hey,
whatever.
that's good eating. That's
Yeah,
really good eating.
yeah. Okay, to mitigate the impact of the European red fox, various control measures have been implemented across Australia. These include poison baiting. The use of 1080 poison baits is a common method for controlling, or is that 1080? Is that a type of poison bait?
I
Maybe
think it's a type 1080. Yeah.
1080. Controlling fox populations. This method must be carefully managed to minimize harm to non-target species.
Okay, shooting and trapping. Fox
Now
hunting
we're
is
talking.
is
Now we're talking.
legal in all states in Australia, and shooting is often conducted at night using spotlighting techniques.
Okay, fencing. In some areas, fencing has been used to protect vulnerable native species from fox predation. But it just said that that one fox we talked about chewed through the fence.
Yeah,
So they got to electrify these fences.
yeah,
Fry,
there you go.
fry those critters.
So, researchers are exploring more effective and humane control methods, including the potential reintroduction of natural predators like dingoes, which may help reduce fox populations. The Australian, so now then the dingoes get out of control and they introduce another predator to take on the dingoes, and then another one to take on the next predator. It's crazy.
The dingo, they're kind of like a hyena, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, a wild dog. It's a wild dog. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not very nice either. So anyway,
So the Australian government has developed a threat abatement plan to address the ecological threat posed by foxes, coordinating efforts across states and territories to manage this invasive species.
okay. In summary, the European red fox poses a significant threat to Australia's native wildlife, which we've obviously read about, necessitating ongoing management control efforts to protect vulnerable species and ecosystems.
Yeah, keep
Fox,
going. Take the
yeah,
next one.
foxes are found in all mainland states and territories. They have also been reported to occur in Tasmania, which they've got those little Tasmanian devils, right? Those
Yeah,
are mean too.
they're called devils for a reason.
Yeah. In Victoria, foxes are found in a range of environments, including urban areas, alpine heaths,
Oh,
rainforests, coasts, and the Mallee. Molly?
Molly.
Molly. Victorian habitats are highly favorable for foxes. Fox densities are often higher in urban areas than they are in rural areas due to resources including food, water, and shelter often being more plentiful. And zoos. Okay.
And
Research
zoos.
indicates that there are as many as 16 foxes per kilometer. Is that
Squared. Square
square?
kilometer.
So square kilometer. So
16 foxes per 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer. That's a
so
lot.
kilometer compared to a mile. What's a
There's 1.6 kilometers in a mile. So it's slightly less than a mile. It's probably, I'd say,
okay?
three-fourths of a mile.
Okay, so we're talking about maybe 10, 12 miles, square miles. That's a pretty big area. But you ought to be able to get rid of those little critters. So maybe some Yanks need to go down there and take them out. So
Maybe.
because people can't own guns down there, right?
Yeah, I know. That's one of those silly, that's Canada, Australia, Britain.
Yeah, maybe for hunting though. It says they can hunt. So anyway, that's in Melbourne. Melbourne, while temperate agricultural densities are estimated to be around 4 to 8 per square kilometer. So that's
Foxes are mainly nocturnal hunters, being most active from dusk until dawn. They also occupy well-defined home ranges that are marked with scents, including urine, droppings, and anal gland secretions. Okay. In addition, foxes display territorial behaviors such as confrontation, aggressive and non-aggressive, and vocalizations.
you think the anal gland secretions that might be the diarrhea.
Maybe. So murderous foxes.
Yeah, but we've got critter hunters here that I know people that hunt coyote in the wintertime for their pelts. Yeah, so man, maybe they need to post some open seasons down there for some of our guys that like to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's hunted. Those are hunted at night. So coyote are. So anyway, good story, but we got to get rid of those foxes, man. We can't be getting rid of penguins. Penguins are
Right.
cool.
Penguins are
And those
cute.
potoroos and
Yeah.
the bilby.
The greater bilby, not the
Yeah.
lesser bilby.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. All right, folks. Thanks for joining us.
Take care, everyone, or stop fox hunting down there. Start it up again. Get going on that. Okay. Take care, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks. Tally ho.